This is Brownie's Podcast!
Jesus H. Christ. Stick a fork in me, I'm dead. That bus almost killed me. How are you feeling, John?
You're alive. A little bit raspy, a little bit rusty, it's fair to say, but I got out of there at an appropriate hour last night, about 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
I contemplated the fact that I hadn't eaten all day, apart from half a bucket of chips and gravy from Robin, who's a magnificent chef up at the Neil Madarnham Footy Club. So I had to stop in to McDonald's on the way home for two Big Macs and a cheeseburger and a vanilla thick shake, which didn't wash real well with the 38,000 pots that I'd had all day.
Campbell Brown, you look like shit.
Well,
yesterday.
I went into yesterday sick, like properly sick. I never get sick. And so I took a heap of Pantadine Fort and Codral Cold and Flu and Telfast and you name it and pushed through. But it's fair to say I wasn't at my absolute best yesterday. I fell asleep on the bus on the way back. I've had a lot of feedback from the degenerate listeners, disgusted in my behaviour.
Well, I don't think they knew how sick you were.
No, they didn't.
How old are you?
I didn't like to show it.
How old are you?
I'm nearly 40, JB.
Nearly 40. So it's fair to say you've built a hard man's reputation for the best part of 20 years. And in the space of 4 to 5 hours, that was completely dismantled yesterday.
Mate, I think it has
The
been.
myth of Campbell Brown was debunked.
He's, you know what they'd be thinking? Look at this lightweight. All he's done is drink vodka cruises all day. And he's had half a dozen. He's gone to sleep. He's passed out. That's what they'd be thinking.
Hey, truly though, you were so sick.
I nearly died on that bus. Not from anything other than sickness.
You got some random feedback sent to your phone.
Absolutely. I got some random feedback sent to my phone, and I don't know. I woke up this morning to a text message, Campbell Brown, dog shit performance.
And that's, look, I can't even say that that's not accurate.
All right, well,
I can't deny it.
Yeah.
But if anyone knew just how sick I was going into the day,
Yeah.
they'd show me a little bit more sympathy.
Base level respect, even.
Wow.
What about the strong feedback? We're calling him now. I'd love to know who it is.
Yeah, this random number we're calling.
It's one of the degenerates. Fair chance won't be picking up. Maybe still
You know what
in
put
bed
me over the
or
edge?
dead.
It's called Sam from Melbourne Decorative Concreting. Just leave your name and number and I'll
Sammy.
get back to you. Thank you.
That's not fucking chicken, is it?
I don't. Is it?
Is that chicken? We're just calling you, Sammy, for
Give
your
some
text
feedback.
message.
Yeah.
Just to give some feedback to Brown Dog for his dog shit performance, as you eloquently put it in the text message. Thanks, brother.
Did you notice that just after I had that big swig of the whiskey moonshine,
Yes. So,
I fell asleep not long after that?
well, we should say Belly, one of the listeners,
he
he
was
brought
great.
custom moonshine for everyone of assorted spirits.
It wasn't the only thing that the listeners brought along for the day.
A lot of energy.
There was,
Jesus.
Mate, there was a lot of things on that bus.
My God.
Brown Dog, I couldn't believe that. So after Nathan Buckley tore his hamstring 9 minutes and 32 seconds into the first quarter, obviously we were disappointed. So I walked back over towards the change rooms, and he wasn't the only bloke making the exit off the arena. I saw I spied Brown Dog going back onto the bus for a sleep halfway through the first quarter. I
boys.
know what's going
Mate,
on.
I was
This is real bad.
I know, mate. You know me.
I
Have you ever seen me like
What
that
is he
before?
doing?
I didn't know you went back onto the bus, mate.
Oh, just for the second quarter.
Jesus.
Just for the second quarter.
I'll come good after that for a bit.
He did. I watched Bucks before his hammy popped. He did look in it.
He looked all right, didn't he? I
then
thought,
just-
geez, it's just going to be one of those days. He's going to kick half a dozen.
Those old hammies.
Yeah, it was. What a day, though. It was so much fun, wasn't it? It was just a shame. If Neil Madarnham
Had won.
had got up, I don't think we would have made it home.
Oh,
I
we
don't
should
think
say
we'd be
it was
here
a 2-point loss.
Yes.
Yeah.
The crowd were going nuts every
Oh,
time
well,
there was a shot on goal. The pack behind trying to mark it.
They were
Oh,
close to their first win in 2.5 years.
Mate.
You know, we wouldn't have made it home because we're an hour and a half late anyway.
Yeah.
Coming back, and that was after they lost. Imagine if they'd have won.
How was the bus driver, you reckon, with our tardiness getting back onto the bus?
Yeah, he wasn't wrapped.
Mate, that bus, I don't think we're going to get the bond back.
No, I think we paid
Money
$500
well
for the
spent.
bond.
Money well spent.
Jonathan, you serenading everyone down the aisle on the way back. That was some beautiful shit.
One of the great one of the great performances of Sweet Carolina, I would have thought. Lifted. Dazza was magnificent in the
his
words
poem.
of Johnny Denver, Country Road.
We're going to get Dazza in. He made a custom song for the podcast.
Yeah.
Our listeners are pretty amazing. They
Yeah.
did some really good shit for us yesterday.
They're creative, aren't they?
Yes. One of the other... What was the team called that Neil Madarnham played?
Kadan.
Katanning?
No, not Katanning. That's in
Kada- Kada- was it Kadani?
Jesus. what-
Katanning's where Mark Williams is from.
That's right. Anyway,
Jeez, I've lost.
hey,
Brain cells are not there this morning.
Big
Katani.
So Katani won by 2 points. It was a epic game. And Suits, like Harvey Specter Suits. Suits plays for Katani, who won by 2 points, and he's a Brownies podcast sister. How are you, man?
Oh, mate, I'll tell you what. I was that anxious, and you're playing, and I was taking the kick out, so I was nervous as all hell.
Could you hear the degenerates behind the goals?
Oh my god! Well, I'm one of them, and they were getting into me, so
They were.
It was kind of
It's
good,
the
but
ball
kind of bad, all in one. So yeah.
Mate, how do you feel? I miss getting muddy.
Oh, mate.
Do you sort of like it's shitty conditions, but roll around that mud? It's got to be fun suits.
Oh, it was fun early, and then I don't know. As the game kind of went on, Bucks is there. It was all just too much, I think, for the mentality. All these AFL guys play in front of 20,000 every week. The Pies, 80,000. 4,000 or 5,000 enough for me, I think. Every time you get the ball,
Suits, we're going to play Kiss, Marry, Kill for me, Campbell, and Jonathan.
I love Campbell, so
What are you going to do? Kiss him or marry him?
marry Campbell.
And Jonathan, kiss or kill?
I will kill him because I want to kiss you.
Yes, give me a smooch.
Yes.
he gave me a smooch.
Did he?
It was nice.
Good passion.
Thanks for coming up to
He
us.
played well down back.
Yeah, mate, he was a lovely dude.
He was on the last line, nice and composed. A couple of the degenerates were bullying him about his lack of hair, calling him Chrome Dome, and Mil
yeah.
Hannah and all
That's
that sort
kind.
of stuff. Yeah.
Let's paint the picture. The crowd was pretty massive, right?
Yeah, it was.
They would have been stoked with that because it was a rainy, shitty
It
old
was
day.
a shocking day, wasn't it? The ground actually held up pretty well, Dino, but they had a few. CUB had set up a few pop-up bars around the ground.
Yeah.
I had a beer with the locals at the old school bar there. Did you see all the old boys in the hills? Like a reunion of the Neil Madarnan premiership team from about 40 years ago.
Were you sculling milk?
I sculled a milk at one stage.
The Marmalade YouTube channel were there.
Yeah,
Yes.
Marmalade were there.
And they had an oak milk.
yeah.
And how did they ask you? What happened?
Well, I don't know. I suppose I saw the milk, and as you know, I'm not only a beer ambassador, but I'm an ambassador for Dairy Australia as well. So I thought I've got to get involved.
And not only
the
that,
milk.
It didn't
he's also
go
an
well.
ambassador for a pet shop.
That's right.
You own a pet shop. You still own those
Well, I'm
pet
not an ambassador. I just own it.
And several gyms mowings as well.
What about when we rolled out? When we arrived back into town, the bus driver wasn't that happy.
Mate.
He wasn't that happy about the change of direction. We said, let's drop us off to the Nixon Hotel out the front of Marvel Stadium.
Yep.
What we didn't realise was that St Kilda North Melbourne had just finished.
Yeah.
So we've rolled into a big traffic jam.
All these drunk people need to wee, and they're going, let us off.
I thought the only time I thought there's going to be a dust up was on the bus.
Yeah.
When Shan was trying to hold up, Shan who organised the bus trip for us, she was up the front and trying to hold back like a wave of males just trying to exit the bus to have a piss.
Yeah.
We didn't think that bit through well enough.
No.
At one stage, Bin Dog
Yeah.
yelled out, "Let us off. I feel like a hostage. This is like the Lint hostage situation," as everyone was trying to leave.
That's classic Bin Dog
The other
for you.
thing that caught me by surprise was just as we pulled up and we were at the front of the Nixon Hotel,
Yeah.
Muggsy stood up. He said, "Hey, boys, have a bit of respect. This is my pub, all right?" And I've walked in here today. I said, "Oh, JB, I didn't know Muggsy owned that. He's a publican." JB goes, "No, he doesn't."
What was he doing?
Mate, Muggsy claimed to own the thing, eh? Mind you, he never pays for a beer there. I actually had to, because we had the Eskies there.
Yeah.
We still had a bit of grog on the bus.
Yep.
I had my clothes, a few other things.
Did all the cruisers go?
Yeah, they would have. Yeah.
So I was there with Chelsea and Shan, and I had to hijack a young fella walking out, he's a security guard walking out of Marvel Stadium. I said, "Hey, mate, you'll take me back to me car at Fox with all the Eskies and everything." And he had a tray, and he goes, no, I'm with my girlfriend. So I've slipped him $100. I said, "There, take your girl out for dinner."
No
She
shit.
has to live back, and he goes, "No worries." So
That's
we threw the
unbelievable.
Eskies in the back, didn't we, Chelsea?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
we
real
went back
Vegas
there.
vibes. That there's not
Obvious-
much that $100 bill can't get you.
Yeah.
Just
Beck,
can't get me my health.
Beck, our social media genius. I want to know how your day went. Was the workload intense? You were rained on. The camera was all soaked.
Camera's soaked. I wore white pants,
Oh, no.
full of mud.
Wow.
Great day, good energy, and I'm absolutely dead.
You're a not an underachiever. What's the word?
I think I know what you're going
Yeah,
for.
you are a quiet achiever.
Quiet
achiever.
Quite achiever. I was very impressed with your performance, and her consumption rate was quite high. You
Smashing shots.
got a pretty strong fortitude about you.
Yeah.
Smashing shots.
I was.
How were the degenerates to you?
Lovely. They kept coming in with the drinks. They're like, hey, have a drink with me. Come on, let's go to the bar. And I was just like, okay.
I think she drank most of Brown Dog's cruises.
I did too, yeah. And so you should have, because he wasn't drinking them.
Yeah. Put them to good use.
Poor bastard. Hey, you were amazing yesterday. Thanks, Beck.
No worries.
There's some wild shit.
We've got some more stuff to put out on socials all week, don't we, Beck? Like plenty of videos. She's got... How many videos did you take yesterday?
I took like 146, something like that.
Wow.
So that's your day done today. You'll be editing all those
throughout the
videos.
week, yeah.
Can you please pass me that hand there, Beck? Because we're going to give an update with this hand fiasco.
Yeah.
This is the hand. This is called the JMH Keymaster, the
Yeah.
Jonathan's Munted Hand Keymaster. What it is, it's to go in your hallway and to hang your keys on, because all of his fingers, dog, one points east, the other west.
Yeah, very crook hand. And Jack, who won it initially at the Precinct Hotel, he's been chasing it like a rabid dog for the best part of a year.
Yes.
And he finally got it back, only to have it in his possession for, 8 hours? And he's lost it again.
He's lost it again. I can't believe it.
He doesn't take pride in his possessions.
This is a one-of-one item.
Yeah. I don't know if he deserves it back this second time around.
Further proof that the first time around it never got stolen. He just left it there because he's a half.
Evidence is mounting that way, isn't
Yes.
it? Yeah.
We know it's his because underneath I've signed it.
Yes.
I signed it last year too, Jack. You're out.
Look at that item. It's a great item.
Absolutely. And I tell you what, he would have regrets this morning, just like I've got regrets for giving him my phone number. He swamped me. I woke up this morning, he sent 19 photos of his truck.
Oh, my.
And his harvester.
John, how pissed were you to give Jack your phone number
Mate,
yesterday?
He sent me
It's a
19
beautiful
photos
truck.
of combine.
He must know how much you love trucks.
And a wheat silo. Look
Oh
at that,
my
he's got the
God.
big B-double truck.
It's unbelievable.
Good country boys
Mate,
hanging out
country
together.
boys.
I reckon a lot of content's going to come your way unless you change your phone number.
Hamilton Contracting. there you go.
nice.
The best truck services in the land. Contact Hamilton Truck Contracting.
Well, while we're talking about him, should we just call him to tell him we got the hand?
Yeah, we need to
Absolutely.
tell him. Yeah.
He does look like your
And
son.
we need to
John.
tell him as well how much JB loves harvesting and trucks. So keep sending them through.
Just when you think you've sent enough, send more. 6 on here we go. Let's see if he picks up. I reckon he'll be cooked. Because I left him and Pikey. I think they were talking to Casino.
Pikey,
really?
I'm not sure Pikey would have been allowed.
No way. Pikey wasn't getting into 7-Eleven, let alone the... Jack?
Hello.
Oh!
How you feeling, Jackie boy?
Oh, fuck.
Seen better days?
Yeah, I reckon.
What time did you finish up, mate, last night, and who were you with?
I was with Dino a fair bit last night.
Yeah,
I reckon I probably got home at 11:30.
not too bad.
Not too bad, not too bad.
And do you have your hand with you?
My hand, nah, you called Peter, not Jack.
I was going to say he didn't sound like
It's
Jack.
Peter. Peter.
Hey, Peter, how you going, brother?
Dino's called the wrong number.
Good to chat anyway, mate.
Thank you.
Did you have a good day, mate?
A bit disappointing, Brown Dog, that you didn't kick on.
Oh!
Yeah.
What do you think of Brown Dog's performance, Pete?
You know what? I know who can party, so it's all right once in a while to...
Thanks, Pete. It was. I wasn't the same as those Vegas days, mate, was I?
Yeah,
Something was amiss.
Pete, do you think in one day Campbell Brown has undone his legacy of being a party man?
Oh, nah, I'll still give it to him.
Yeah, thanks, brother. He gives me the benefit of the doubt because he's been there, he's seen it.
Hey, do you know how sick he was, though? I don't think the degenerates knew the scale of his sickness, Pete.
Yeah, good on him for coming yesterday.
No, my
No, I
pleasure.
disagree, Pete. Can you run us through the medicine?
I couldn't
Just
let
run
you
us,
down.
run us through your script. You showed, mate, you were like a pharmacy when you turned up to the
know.
bus. You were rattling.
I had some stuff to take to break up the phlegm on my chest. A Panadine Fort, Rapid, I took some Telfast because I had congested nose.
Fucking hell, man.
I took the nasal spray, and I had a Ventolin because I couldn't breathe.
Why didn't you have some of the medicine that the degenerates brought on the bus?
The degenerates.
They would have straightened you up in 2 seconds.
Turns out they're all pharmacists. Pete.
I didn't realise.
You guys know I'm still on the phone, yeah?
Yeah, we do know. You're still here, brother.
Hey, thanks for a good day, Pete. We love you.
See you, brother.
We'll still call Jack and make sure you say to him, "How's the hand going?" We're so
Mate,
glad
as soon
you
as
got it.
Pete answered, I thought, Jack's all of a sudden got a Greek accent. Did you notice that? I said, he wasn't talking like that yesterday.
Yeah, dog. Make sure you lure him in and go, "How's the hand? Is it safe?" All that shit. You know what I mean? And see if he lies to us.
He's a good guy, Pete.
I like Pete too.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
I bet you Jack won't pick up. Oh.
Jack,
Oh,
Brownie's podcast, mate.
how are we, boys?
How you feeling?
You won't believe it, but I've woken up good as gold.
Really?
Oh shit!
What time did you finish up?
12:30, I reckon I got home.
Yeah. it's
Were
not
you
too
with
bad.
Pikey at the very end?
Yes, I was.
How would you describe his demeanour?
Well, you could tell he'd had a good time.
Did he? Was Uncle Man, when you left, was he still there, or had he exited the building as well?
Nah, he'd exited the building. I think he was heading home.
Yeah.
Good.
And, mate, obviously, if you've woken up good as gold, you've got in possession of your hand.
No, the girls have got me hand.
Oh, have they?
Yep, they looked after it.
Because the girls have come into the potty today and they don't have the hand.
Well, I got told they had it and were looking after it.
Jack, have you lost the hand again?
No, they've got the hand. They have to.
Jesus!
I'm not sure about that. I haven't seen the hand this
No,
morning.
no one can find the hand. You got JB's number too late in the night. Have you flicked him a message or two yet?
No, not yet. I got told me to send some photos to show young Jackie.
Yeah,
I haven't sent him a message since then. No,
You haven't?
not no.
What about the 19 photos of harvesters you sent me?
That's what you wanted. You said photos. I got to show Jackie.
That's
Hey,
it.
That's some great machinery porn you've sent through. Thanks.
Nah,
Jack,
good
hey,
to see you, brother.
mate,
Always
great
good
day.
to catch up.
See you, brother.
Hey, what did you
you
think
too.
of my performance, Jack? Just before we let you go.
It was pretty poor. I thought you didn't really fire a shot.
Nah, that's accurate. Yeah.
Hey, be well, my friend.
Yeah, we'll do, boys.
See you, brother.
Hey, ads back in a sec.
This is Brownie's Podcast.
Welcome back to Brownie's podcast. The bus trip lived up to all
Fantastic.
expectations.
Yeah, can't wait for the next one next year. Not sure if it'll be a bus trip. But, not sure
Redemption. I'll call it redemption.
Yeah,
Gonna
'cause-
work every day between now and then for credibility.
I can see in your eyes that you feel
It
like,
hurts, doesn't it?
Yeah, it hurts.
Yeah.
You know what it'd
He's
feel like?
flat, isn't
You know
he?
what it would feel like?
No.
Playing really shit in a grand final.
Yep.
I never did that, so but that's what it would, because you're not sure if you get another opportunity on the big stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure you'll be back next year. The same can't be said for Brody Pomeroy, I wouldn't have thought.
Well-
he finally we got in contact with him. After a month of just no contact, complete radio silence,
Yeah.
we actually FaceTimed him on the bus last night, and did he get some strong feedback from the degenerates? You could hear, even you could hear that, couldn't you, Dom?
I could hear it, yeah.
All right, so how about the
Absolutely.
D's? Another insanely close finish at the MCG, not too shabby.
Crows kicked themselves out of it. That was interesting to see. But Jamie Elliott Saturday night was unbelievable. Is he the greatest pressure kicker that we've seen? I think Robbie Gray was right up there. He was magnificent.
Just about.
I kicked a couple of late goals, that shouldn't be forgotten, of course. But
Should
no,
not
in
be.
all honesty, Jamie Elliott, in terms of consequences and moments in big games, he's done it every time.
The biggest clutch player that I've ever seen in footy was Sean Burgoyne. Right now,
Yeah,
he's obviously
Silk.
retired, and I reckon Jamie Elliott definitely takes his mantle. Definitely.
God.
Do you know Collingwood this year is so head to head against that opposition they're playing that weekend? They are the most accurate team in the competition, and their direct opposition that day is the most inaccurate team in the
Really?
competition.
Really?
So there you go. So are the Pies going that well Brown Dog, or is that their system? They force you into tougher shots and they take the easier shots?
Yeah, probably a bit of both, because they've got guys like Darcy Moore that just patrol, meanders around that defensive 50, and they force them a little bit wide. But, geez, there were some comebacks, there were some results with massive ramifications this week, weren't there? I mean, the win by Melbourne, crucial for their top 4 aspirations. Yeah. At one stage, at three-quarter time, we all thought that North Melbourne were going to cause a massive boil-over and basically end St Kilda's finals chances.
They got to 19 points up late in the third quarter.
They found a way to come back and win and keep their season up. Same with Richmond.
What did you think about keeping the roof open at Marvel Stadium? Ross Lyon was
Explain
not
what
happy.
happened. What happened?
Was it an oversight, JB? Was it a mistake?
Well, it must have been a mistake because they left the roof open on Saturday night and then Sunday morning when it was prescribed that it was going to be rainy weather, as we found out yesterday at Neil Madarnam. So they left the roof open until mid-morning.
Inexcusable.
And the problem is, and Ross Lyon pointed out, it's a very good point, that it's quite a hard deck. So the worst possible surface you can play on is rock hard and then slippery on top because your boots don't go into them. So he described it as an ice skating rink. So that became a difficult game and difficult conditions for both teams.
What a round, because Tigers' season looked over.
Yes.
Jack Rewalt's fudged 3 shots at goal within a few minutes.
Too.
And they come back
Really
from 30 points down to keep their season alive. Carlton obviously needed a massive percentage booster, and they got that.
Yep.
And you've also got the Giants that are just flying under the radar beautifully. They've won 6 in a row. They're getting the job done magnificently, dismantled the Suns. So,
what do you think about Ben King? So are we going to say he played on probably the best defender in the competition? You know, it was Sam Taylor, certainly up there with Darcy Moore, no question about it, if not better. Is it more to do with the man that he's playing on, or Ben King is just completely, horribly out of form?
I think it's probably a bit of both. Yeah, a bit of both. He got subbed out the other week, didn't he? He played really poorly against Port Adelaide. That was on a leer. Taylor's a really good defender, and I think his confidence is shot, JB, at the moment.
I remember a couple of years ago, Max King went through a similar run. He had a couple of ordinary games, and in fact, Gary Lyon and myself got in a bit of trouble for a strong, constructive feedback in the commentary, to the point where the St Kilda Footy Club put in a complaint and rang in SEN.
Really?
Yeah, they did, for some of the feedback. So I've warned Gary Lyon this morning, because we're on couch tonight. The guys, just go easy on Benny King tonight, because you know what happened last time you went after a King. They weren't too happy. So that'll be interesting to see if he has some strong feedback tonight, whether the Gold Coast Suns will ring up SEN and try and tell Gaz to shut his trap.
They might have to start calling them Scotland Yard. They protect the king.
I like that.
Well done. Hey, this season's amazing. 5th to 11th.
Yeah.
You can't up.
No, you can't.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, and I mean, even Sydney going over to Perth and winning that quite well keeps their season alive. So I know we put bullets in a lot of teams.
Yeah.
They're all doing what they need to do at this time of the year.
Probably the most unwatched game all season, Sydney Fremantle. I actually didn't even know it was on, but Sydney did win to keep themselves in the hope of finals. Interesting question got posed this morning. Mark Robinson put it in his article today. Is Damien Hardwick, is it a done deal, the Gold Coast Suns? Should the 2 Perth clubs, especially Fremantle, be inquiring about Damien Hardwick before he's off the market?
Yes. I want Dimmer to go to Eagles. That'd be amazing.
I think that'd be a little bit harsh on Justin Longmuir. I think
they won a final last year, though.
Did a good job last year. They have gone backwards, but Taberner hasn't been there. They've lost Rory Lobb. There's been a few excuses.
Would Damien Hardwick, would the 2 Perth clubs, if they were on offer, would they be more attractive to Damien Hardwick than the Gold Coast Suns job?
Great question.
I only ask, Greats.
No, I think the Gold Coast Suns is a really good job. I think it's a really good job. They've got really good skeleton of a potentially good side with just the right system, a bit of confidence, and a premiership sprinkling, which he would bring.
And they've got a factory line of young talent coming through.
Yeah.
A premiership sprinkling.
Yeah, just a sprinkle of the magic dust.
What do we think of the Rioli slap? I thought Nath Murphy is a tremendous player. He's very courageous.
Went down easy.
I thought he just fell over too easily. Rioli got 2 weeks for that.
Yeah, he got 2. I thought he'd get 1. I think it's unfair to be critical of Nathan Murphy in that moment.
Right.
It's
really?
not. Yeah, I think
he
so.
went down easier than you went down yesterday.
And that's easy.
I just think he's done nothing wrong, Nathan Murphy, so he doesn't deserve to be sort of
chastised.
Yeah, I reckon. He might have gone down easy, but also he wouldn't have been expecting it.
Yeah,
he needs to stand up. Stand on your 2 feet.
Did the umpire just not see it?
Didn't see it.
Because did Willie set up a goal, assist a goal, or kick a goal after
He
it?
basically got free from that and took a mark and went back and kicked a goal. So it was,
Astonishing.
2 weeks is too long for that.
yeah, it was. But it's the action that they don't like.
It was an open hand. Like it wasn't. I get the Andrew Gaff one where he's thrown that punch, so you want to try and outlaw
Accident.
that situation as an act. Mate, it was an open hand slap.
Yeah, I know, but they have been rubbing players out for doing perfectly legal tackles. James Sicily got 3 weeks for what we all believed in the footy world was a perfectly legal tackle, right? So if you turn around and slap someone across the face or do whatever, you should be getting a couple. It's behind play. It's avoidable. And I'm coming from a guy that always defends the players.
Yeah, you do.
You know? So if you need to err on something, give him 2 instead of 1.
So did the umpire obviously didn't see it, but then the replay is at the ground. The Collingwood fans would have been going ape shit.
Yeah, they were, absolutely.
Heaps of stuff happens that umpires don't and players don't see, and then the Channel 7 or Fox cameras pick them up.
Yeah.
Replay them a few times, put them on the big screen, and that's
And you hear the crowd go
of
nuts.
course.
You're like, what's happening?
Certainly,
Yeah.
the Collingwood supporters went berserk on social media to the point where some of the Twitter users or some of the online abusers
Unacceptable.
will be banned for life once
good.
the AFL gets hold of them. So that's
Cockheads.
fantastic. Willie Rowley has been able to. They'll be able to make a stand on the Willie Rowley abuse. Just interesting. I was reading this morning about very rarely ever hear of this situation. A game was called off in Tasmania yesterday between Treebana and Oatlands. Now, Treebana was about 140 points up, but the game was called off because the umpire has given one of the players a spray.
Yes.
what?
Has given one of the umpires a spray.
And what? So the players walked off? Or?
Yeah, so it was walked off and it was decided that the game had to be abandoned because the umpire couldn't continue on in his role. He's given the bloke a serve. Now, I've heard of players obviously giving the umpire a spray, but have you ever heard of an umpire giving a spray back to the point where the game was called off?
I haven't heard that, but there'd be a lot of umpires out there, I reckon, that would have wanted to have done that and
Yes.
just bit their tongue.
Yeah.
So good on that umpire. We should try and get him on. I'd love to know what he actually said, what feedback he delivered to the
Well, if
players.
we had a producer, we might be able to track him down.
Yeah, that's
Wouldn't it
right.
be nice? A producer. Hey, ads back in a second.
This is Brownie's Podcast.
This is Brownie's podcast. Hey, Campbell.
Yeah, mate.
Hey, can you organise a meeting with me and someone high up at the Gold Coast?
Well, you got your name on the video review room.
I do, but we've been quite critical of Dougie Evans, and obviously Chewy's not there anymore, my premiership teammate, and I've lost my ins.
Can you try?
Yeah, I could try.
And let me tell you, I'll tell you why, and then you might be able to have someone in mind. I'm sick of their logo, and I know I've banged on about this before, but it's got to end.
What is their logo?
They're stupid. The GC looks like a construction company.
Right.
I can't deal with that. A lot of people shouldn't stand for this dog shit logo.
What
All
should
I
it
want-
be?
Something more classic.
Like a meter maid.
Yeah, a fake tan meter. No, something.
Because you know, back in the day, we all had to do compulsory life-saving courses down there at Kurrawa. Right? Had to get our bronze medallion, and if you didn't rock up and get your bronze medallion, you'd be punished at the footy club. And I'm thinking, footballers, right? and we're not allowed to train and do our actual role unless we become lifesavers. Extraordinary
Who
stuff.
was the best lifesaver, and who needed saving?
Well, Harley Bennell wasn't a great swimmer. He didn't like getting out too deep.
Boy, a bit sharky for him.
There's a couple of guys there that were very good swimmers, so they just power through the water and everything. But we did have a couple of instructors that the boys were pretty keen to do some mouth-to-mouth resuscitation training with.
Like the Sandlot kids. Classic scene.
How good is that?
Can you just look into it?
I can.
All
yeah.
right.
Well, why don't we go straight to Andrew Dillon?
Great. Maybe not this week. Next week, I'll be on you.
He's
Where do you think that is in the list of priorities for the incoming CEO of the AFL? Take a call from Brownie's podcast to discuss the Gold Coast.
If the dog calls, he will answer. Our fellow Carbine Club member.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll talk to him on Thursday night. We've got a fun Thursday night.
But I can't go because I'm in Bali. But you won't
I'm
be
going.
there. Oh, you're flying down a night early.
Yeah, I'm flying down.
So this is the event that last year I rocked up to our podcast, still in my penguin suit, with the red wine down the front.
Steak.
That's right.
Yes.
That's and Kieran Perkins had spoken at the Australian Club, and Eddie Maguire had accosted me, and he didn't think it was safe for me to go home. So I ended up staying at the in the city.
Didn't you butt heads with Kieran Perkins?
Oh, on a couple of issues, yeah.
This is the
The
40-year
dog bar.
Oh, good, mate. Who's the guest speaker?
This is the 40-year anniversary of Australia 2 winning the America's
John
Cup.
Bertram.
John
That'd be
the skipper.
fantastic.
You rich old
Yeah, yes, it'll be fantastic.
Hey.
I'm going to wear the boat shoes.
Give the
with my tuxedo.
Can you, in my absence, can you rock up to the podcast Friday morning in your penguin suit
yes.
with red wine down the front?
Well, Kylie Brown's in town too. She mightn't be that happy, but we'll see how we go.
It's a weird cult you're in, and I want to wear a hidden camera and go in there. All right. Any more pictures of tractors sent to your phone, or nah, not?
A beautiful picture of a big Kenworth truck. It's a triple trailer, in fact, from young Jack.
Mate,
Doing a great job.
huge mistake giving your phone number out. Huge mistake.
I've never seen. I didn't realise there were so many different types of harvesters. He sent me 38 photos of crop harvesters.
All right.
Christ almighty.
I think we're done. Congratulations on a great bus trip. That was off the hook.
Now, well done to everyone that organised it, because I know that I did nothing.
Yeah,
I
that's
just
true.
rocked up. So well done to Dal and Shannon and Chelsea
and Beck.
and everyone that put it together.
All right, degenerates.
And to the bus driver, give us our bond back, you thief.